are a tremendous piece of shit. I go, what? And he goes, you are a failure. You're a liar. You say you want to be a stand-up and you're not doing shit to pursue your career. He goes, I just perjured myself in court. I was in court and the judge said, Al, how's your son doing? And I said, great. I lied. For the first time in my life in court, I lied because I couldn't tell him, you know what, Your Honor? He has no humility. He's never going to amount to anything because I him up as a father. I didn't teach him how to be a humble man. And now he's in New York and he's a party boy. And he goes, and you know what? Fine, be a party boy. And I was like, I remember going, it's my birthday. And he goes, I know what day it is. And he broke me off. He broke me off and I said to him, I was like, I'm sitting up, I'm in my underwear. There's a part of me that wants to push back and fight him for it and go, hey, I'm doing shit, but I'm lying.
Exactly.
That. And then the other part of me is just as a kid talking to his dad, I go, how can I fix it? And he goes, you can't. He goes, I f***ed you up. I never had you get a job in a warehouse and work around men that need to struggle. There's men that struggle. He goes, I f***ed you up. I made life easy for you. I'm paying your rent up there. You're gonna be a party boy the rest of your life. Don't worry, I'll pay for it. Just be a party boy. He kept saying party boy. I was like, stop saying party boy. And then I said, hey, how would I fix it? Tell me how to fix it. And he goes, I'll tell you, but I don't think you're capable of it. And he told me, he goes, go to that club tonight that you've been going to and tell them you want a job there sweeping up or that you'll do anything. And then in the hopes that one day you can do stand-up. And I remember going, Dad, that's not how it works. He goes, it's not how it works for you because you're a privileged white kid from Florida. But if there's some black kid in Harlem who wants a job, he's going down there, hat in hand, he's saying, how do I get on this stage? And he goes, it doesn't work for you that way because you've never had to work for anything. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I remember saying, I'll do it tomorrow because I have a party planned tonight. And,
And did he hang up on you?
He goes, you don't deserve a party. He goes, what are you partying for? He goes, what are you celebrating? You're a failure. Wow. And I was like, okay, I'll go tonight. So he goes, take yourself to dinner. And I've done this every year of my birthday. Take yourself to dinner. Write out some goals, and then go to that club and tell them whatever you say. Just, my name's Bert Kreischer. I want to be a stand-up. Please tell me how I can do that. I'll do anything. I'll mop up. I'll clean up, whatever it is. So I went to this Thai food restaurant. The first time I ever had red curry, the Penang, and I wrote 26 goals. And my goals were very simple. Get on stage 26 times this year. Become a regular at one club. Just very simple goals. And that night I went to the club and I said, hey, my name's Bert. I knew the guy. His name was Zulu Schaefer. I said, I've been there. And I was like, my name's Bert Kreischer. I want to be a stand-up comedian. I'm from Florida, but I'm here and I'll do anything. I'll clean up. And he goes, can I give you some advice? I said, I'd love some advice. He goes, move back to Florida. And I went, well, that's not going to work. And he goes, no, you're not going to be a comic here, so move back to Florida. And then he blew me off. And so I almost enjoyed that. Because I was like, yeah, told my dad this wasn't going to fucking work. So I called my dad the next morning. He goes, how did it go? I said, it didn't work. And he goes, awesome, great. He goes, go back tonight, say the exact same thing. Pretend you never spoke to him. Like you've been mind wiped. Just go, my name's Bert Kreischer. So I was like,
I'm from Florida, but I want to be a stand-up.
Yeah.
And I'll do whatever it takes. I clean, cook,
whatever. And he goes, and I go, Dad, and he goes, no, dude, trust me. You wanted help, this is how it works. Do it again. It's persistence. So I went back that night. Next night, I went, hey, my name's Bert Kreischer. And he goes, so we did this last night. And I went, listen, here's the deal. Yesterday was my birthday. I didn't have a party. I was supposed to have a party. My dad didn't let me have a party. And now I'm here. I'm going to do this every night, apparently, until you give me an opportunity. And then he goes, ugh, fine, okay? Stand out front. If you bring in 20 people, I'll let you go on at the end of the night. I'll give you $25. And I went, what? And he goes, yeah, you just stand out front. If you can bring people into the club, bark, I'll put you on at the end of the night. And I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. I was like, it worked. I was like, shit. I put my backpack back down. I sat out front. I remember by the way, I brought in like 100 people. I brought in 4 Puerto Ricans, 2 were going to jail the next day. Sat them in the front row. Yeah. And within 15 minutes, he comes out and he's like, who brought the Puerto Ricans in? I go, I did. And he goes, they're ruining the show. He's like, you want to be a stand-up? Get the up here. So I was like, okay. So I brought him. I walked in. I knew the 2 guys were going to prison the next day. So I knew because they were told me. They're like, we're going to party. I was like, why? And they're like, yeah, he's going to jail. I was like, come on.
Come on in. Let's have a good time.
They were ruining the night. They make this girl cry on stage and they were loving it. And I went up and I did old school frat boy ball busting. I remember at one point I said something and I go, hey, easy, I know what I'm supposed to do. And if in my act it says the stupid Puerto Rican talks, I'll point to you and that's when you should talk. And the guy goes, what? And I go, oh, enjoy prison tomorrow, buddy. And I was like, you guys don't know? These two are going to prison tomorrow. And then they were like, what the f? And I was like, oh yeah, don't. And I just started lighting them up. They walk out of the room. The place goes crazy. I just destroyed. I had no act. I only knew how to make fun of Puerto Ricans apparently. and then he was like, you got a job. You got a job every Tuesday through Friday. You can bark. Wow. I called my dad. I go, it worked. He goes, buddy, apply humility in everything you do, and it'll always work.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it was. But my first. I mean, I got fired at Barnes & Noble for working out in the basement in my underwear. I mean, it was like that first 6 months or 7 months was tough.
I mean, you didn't think you were not supposed to work out at Barnes & Noble in your underwear?
Listen, you haven't had, you ever have, like, when you were a kid, did you ever have a summer job where you're lifting stuff all day?
Yes.
And then you're like, I don't think I'm getting jacked.
Yeah.
Well, for me, that was like the travel books. I was lifting them, I'm like, yo, I'm getting yoked. And then I was like, I bet if I, did some push-ups.
Right.
So I took the freight elevator to the basement, right? Bang out 20 push-ups. I was like, nice. Go back up. I was like, I dropped down. I mean, you know what? I'll do some air squats. I was like, I'm gonna start working out. I don't like this job. But there was no air conditioning at the Astor Place Barnes & Noble.
Right.
So I started coming out sweaty. And my boss, Dwayne's like, what's up with you? Why are you so hot? And I was like, no AC. And he's like, yeah, but you're the only one sweating profusely. So I take off all my clothes, go down to the basement, take off all my clothes, bang out push-ups, dry off, put my clothes back on, and then one day he pulls me into his office and he's like, hey man, you've been spending a lot of time in the basement. And I was like, oh yeah, that's where all the books are. And he was like, we have cameras in here, right? I was like, I did not know that. He's like, you're fired. And then like an idiot, I go, well, that's okay, I quit. And he goes, oh, that's awesome. We don't have to pay you for whatever the thing is when you quit, you're first fired. I've never only had a few jobs.
Unemployment, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Somehow you meet Will Smith and he just gave you your first six-figure check.
Will Smith was the best thing that ever happened to me.
How did you meet him?
I did stand up in that one club, Boston Comedy Club. And one of his guys, a guy named David Tochterman, saw me do stand up. He said, I think Will would like you. And I was like, I love Will.
Right.
I mean, Will was like, you gotta remember, he was my introduction to hip hop, kinda. My whole family was from Philly. And he was like, yeah, great. And he said, Will's doing Millennium at the Hit Factory, or what I think it's called. Mm-hmm. You should meet him. I was like, I'd love to meet Will Smith. Are you kidding me? So he's like, he's up there, go Saturday. So I went up, called my dad, I go, meeting Will Smith. I think he wants to give me a television deal. My dad's like, what's that? And he go, you don't do anything for a year, and then you maybe make a TV show out of you, they give you 6 figures. My dad's like, get that money. So I go up, and it's Will Smith. And they have the lady walks me into this huge dance studio. They put 2 folding chairs in the dead center, facing each other, like one of those old Richard Nixon interviews, right? Yeah. Facing each other in a dance studio, huge room. Mr. Smith will be in a second, and he walks in a second, like literally a minute later. Oh, hurricane of personality. Mm-hmm. Will Smith is one of the most charming men I've ever met in my entire life.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because we like to do something before 2 something.